So being that we're about a few hours out from the Who's Number One card, arguably the, biggest card they've ever put together, how you feeling?
I feel good, man. Just trying to stay present. I feel really good. I'm like super excited for it. But yeah, just like starting to get the feelings of that anticipation. That butterflies in the stomach feeling. But yeah, just trying to stay present and let it happen when it's gonna happen.
Cool. So I understand that Flo gave you a few tickets for friends and loved ones, and one of them became available recently.
Yeah.
Now, being that you're someone who is good at manifesting things into reality and sort of visualizing things before they happen, since there's one ticket available, is there anyone in particular that you were hoping to give it to?
Well, I gave it to Jessica, my brother's wife. Yeah, because why is Zoe about to come out of nowhere?
I don't know. Is there a ticket available for her that you might not be aware of?
Oh shit!
Surprise!
Damn.
Are you okay?
Shit. Yeah. This is amazing. I'm just. Oh, I gave Jessica your ticket.
Don't. It's all good. It's all good. Hi.
Hi.
Surprise.
Alright, that's crazy. I was like, I can't wait to hug you, and you were like,
Oh my God,
you soon.
you're
That's
right.
crazy. Oh
Love
shit.
you.
What?
Hi.
Losing sucks. It's not fun. It's over the years you obviously learn to deal with it more. You can't let it just put you in a rut and get depressed and just like sit at home and not want to do anything. You got to get out there. You got to train on Monday. And yeah, and that's pretty much been it, man. That's been it, like my whole jiu-jitsu journey. I think maybe I had like a little bit of talent in the beginning, but at a certain level, it's out the window. Everybody's good, so it's just been hard work, perseverance, getting up every time you fall down, and just always believing one day is going to be your day.
The first time I heard of Alan Sanchez was through one of my black belts, Danny.
Man, the first time I met Alan, I remember very clearly. I looked at Adam and I was like, bro, this kid's gonna be great.
And he's gonna be a problem for all the guys at the top.
Alan Sanchez, he can be like deceiving in the sense that he like a jiu-jitsu guy, looks skinny, doesn't look very athletic. I don't know if he's changed since last time I saw him, but it's not like the most intimidating looking guy. Pretty relaxed, super kind, very humble, super polite. I mean, last EBI he's I think all subs up until the finals.
That was one of the sickest events of all time, dude. Combat Jiu-Jitsu in Mexico, are you kidding me? I never want to go back to the United States for another show. I only want to do them here from now on.
For our thesis in college, Alan did, you had to do 12 art pieces of whatever you wanted. And so he chose like 12 like grappling martial arts legends to do portraits of. And they were amazing. They were so cool. There's like a Marcelo Garcia one that was like, amazing. And and so it was funny though, like he would show that to our class and then get like an artist critique, and then he would show it to his jiu-jitsu friends and they'd be like, oh, I remember when that happened, I remember when that knee bar happened, whatever. I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, I've been drawing pretty much since I could hold a pencil, and I feel like the thing that got me super into it was my mom was actually like really good at drawing, and I remember seeing some drawings that she would make of people, and and like they would look realistic. And I remember she even made a drawing of like me and my brother when I was like 6 or 7 or something like that. And just like the idea that somebody could like draw someone realistically just seemed so cool to me. I mean, shit, maybe even drawing is probably like genuinely the first thing that really showed me how putting time into something gets you good at something. Because when you grow up being able to draw, one of the things you hear a lot is, you know, people looking over your shoulder seeing you draw. Like, you know, in school, like if I was supposed to be taking notes, I was probably just doodling, and people are always like, oh man, that's so cool because I can't draw and shit like that. And I remember one of the thoughts I would always have was like, or I would even like say it to people, you know, it's like, it's not that you can't draw, it's just that you like convince yourself you can't draw, and so you don't put the time into it. When you're trying to be an artist, you don't want to copy anybody else, you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be better at being somebody than they are. You know, you can take influence and all that, but ultimately you have to have like your own way of doing things and your own style. And what does having your own style even mean? You know, like you can't really be too worried about it. You just gotta kind of be. And I feel like there's kind of similarities with that with jiu-jitsu. Like I went to school for illustration, and illustration's not like abstract expressionism, you know? Abstract expressionism is like those like, you know, just like splattering things on a canvas or something. Like illustration is, you have to like literally convey the narrative you want to show in this image, and you can't be there to explain it, you know? Like you have to have a certain message you want to convey with it, and the viewer needs to be able to see that. And I feel like jiu-jitsu can kind of be that similar way, where there's definitely that math aspect, you know? Things are the way they are, but I don't know. I mean, it's more fun if you're more creative, you know? You can't just always be focused on just this is X's and O's are done this way. You got to be willing to just explore and just kind of just feel things, you know? Jiu-jitsu is a lot of feel. Yeah, so I got introduced to jiu-jitsu through just watching UFC and being a fan of that. I had a buddy who I would go like over and I'd go to his house and watch UFC fights with, and I remember like after like a certain card, I just like went back home and I started looking at like all the post-fight interviews and just kind of going off the deep end of it, and then I started like listening to like the Joe Rogan podcast, and like Eddie Bravo would go on there, and they were talking about 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu, and so I looked it up, and I found a spot here in San Mateo that had literally like pretty much just opened like when I started the Google search, and so I was like 17, 18 at the time, and so I think that like the sign-up special was $100 a month, and I couldn't even afford it yet, so I was like, I'm gonna save up some money, then I'm gonna come through and train, and I walked in, I trained, and I remember like after class, like Big Red was like trying to give me the sign-up spiel, and I was like, I don't even, just give me the best option. I'm all in, so.
So Alan started jiu-jitsu a couple weeks into our freshman year of college, and we were all the way over in Oakland, and obviously Camp Planet San Mateo's here. So as soon as he heard about it or started going, I can't remember the exact moment, like when he told me about it. I think I do, but he said something along the lines of like his brother had found a gym, and they wanted to go together because they're big MMA fans, and they wanted to like learn like grappling or something like that. So when he started doing it, I noticed right away because he would schedule his classes around the classes here, like college classes around jiu-jitsu classes, so he can go all the time.
I did end up finishing and graduating school just because I had that mentality that I didn't want to quit, and so I'm already in it, and I felt like I had a lot to learn still from the people in that world, the illustrators, that they were like, you know, they're basically like coral belts, black belts in their world, and so they had a lot to give. But yeah, definitely graduated and just been doing jiu-jitsu since and haven't looked back.
My first time meeting Alan was back in 2014. He had like a giant fro, just super young, super friendly. He came in with his brother. They were like really enthusiastic. And I remember that they really wanted to start training, but I think like money was kind of tight. So I think that it took them a second, but you know, they signed up pretty much right away. You know, I don't think that he he let me know that like, he was like trying to do jiu-jitsu professional. I think that it just kind of happened organically. Like he was just very enthusiastic about doing jiu-jitsu. He was actually my first student to ever do a competition, and he actually lost his first competition in like 4 seconds, like, or just like almost right away by footlock against someone that had like a lot more experience than him. He just didn't let that discourage him. He kept competing. He needed to like win a few tournaments, and honestly, like he just kept competing. He just kept grinding. But I don't know if we ever really like sat down and had a talk of like, oh, like I want to win this or win that. And he just kept going after it, and showing the results.
Like I knew it honestly the first time I saw him, and I even told Alan that. I was like, bro, you're gonna be really something special, just know that. And he's, of course, he's like unassuming because he's such a nice guy. But man, you could just tell the way that he understood jiu-jitsu. I think he understood the principles very soon, very quickly. And yeah, man, I really feel like there was something special on him.
The first time I heard of Alan Sanchez was through one of my black belts, Denny. He was telling me about this young kid coming up, and at blue belt, he was giving Denny some heat. So Danny was like, damn, this guy Alan Sanchez is coming up. This guy is gonna be a beast, and he's gonna be a problem for all the guys at the top.
Like first class, I felt like I'm gonna do this forever. And I remember like after losing like my first like Nogi Worlds, and just seeing like that level of tournament, and seeing all the black belts there as like a young blue belt, just thinking like, yeah, I would be there one day competing on these stages. It's and at that time, like there really wasn't like, it was like IBJJF and ADCC was like kind of the big things. Like EBI had like just popped off. There was like 2 or 3, but yeah, I don't know. I think I like the aspect of it too, where it's like not super glorified. I'm not crazy about the idea of like being like a celebrity about it or nothing. I just like the idea that you put all your time into this, you gain the skill set, and it might be like this niche amount of people that understand what it takes to get to this skill level.
Yeah. Underway in overtime. Again, Cavalcante, it puts his hands down, man, and he addresses the legs first and able to get a mandible strangle set up here. Let's see if he can escape this time. He's fighting him. Hand Sanchez.
You can see the thinking, right? He's such a tactician, man. I've watched a lot of his competitions.
De La Viva goes deep underhook here. All the way through. Now
What
catches that knee line with his right hand. Able to sneak. Now he has, it's the inside leg control here, but he has the far leg connected. Now you see him going backside heel. Now,
Yep, he's
look how tight everything is. Look,
he's in perfect position. Chin on the shoulder.
Oh man,
Wow.
he got that in quick, and that's on a face crank.
He is so good
Oh
in
man,
overtime.
and there's so much time right now. Tackett rolling through. He's going to get the tap.
Wow.
Alan Sanchez.
Faced each other was at the Emerald City Invitational. It was actually a good match for me, man. He pulled guard. I was side-to-side passing, threatening legs, and I know he has a good rubber guard, like most Planet guys. Good rubber guard, good front headlock. So I was mixing top pressure with leg locks, and I was able to submit him.
He gets the tap. He did. He got the inside heel.
After I lost Emerald City, how the $10,000 like would have really helped, because I remember so I hate asking people for stuff, and I remember just like a little bit before that too, like having not enough money in my bank account to pay for rent, and like calling my dad and be like, hey dad, can I borrow like $500? And he sent me $1,000, and I was like, don't even worry about it, like don't pay me back. And that little bit helped me, just pay rent, pay for my flight. And then I lost, and I was like, damn. And then that helped me too, just think about like you shouldn't go into a tournament like thinking like I need to win because I need the money. You gotta win because you put the fucking work in, and no one has the right to take it from you.
then we faced each other in the finals of EBI when they brought EBI back, and we ran into each other in the finals.
Alan Sanchez.
I was dominating positionally. The 10-minute regulation ended, and then we went to overtime.
The beginning, I just want to know that I did everything I could have. I'd much rather say I failed than to wonder what if.
Thanks for joining us here at Movement Culture and watching Alan Sanchez and his pursuit of being an artist. Alan's career is far from over. In fact, he's reaching higher levels in his skills of jiu-jitsu. Next in line is an invite to combat jiu-jitsu. I'll leave you with Jean-Jacques Machado on Joe Rogan Experience, talking a little bit about combat jiu-jitsu and how they used to train back in Brazil, followed by a highlight music video of Alan Sanchez from the band Mindenhall Experiment.
What do you think about combat jiu-jitsu, Eddie's new invention?
But that's a real world.
Yeah.
If you fight somebody, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
And making people more aware of, okay, my jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu sport only is not going to work that well for this kind of a jiu-jitsu. I have now to be aware more of my real fights.
Yeah.
And I think it will help more the evolution of that sport of jiu-jitsu to
transition to MMA. You would think it's just, oh, it's just a slap, but no, a palm strike, really. I mean, you really can hit someone very, very hard with your palms. I mean, I can do that with my hand on a table and it doesn't hurt my hand at all, but if I did that with my knuckles, it would really hurt. So they can smack the shit out of each other.
We used to do that after we trained jiu-jitsu, used to call in Portuguese taparia. It's like a slap each other after the train. No shirts, yes. And we used to train like that in Brazil.
Oh, really?
Yes, to be ready. Again, we have no tournaments.
Right.
I mean, after the train, let's see. And we stand in front of each other and open hands and there we go. Slap each other. Make sure you don't get slapped on the face. But on the end of the train, you have marks all over your body. And you still shake your brother's hand. Hey, I love you, but you're all over.
Sit and try to lay now. Settle down for the night. I can show you right round. If you're terrified